Hi guys and welcome back to Crypto Chester. My name is Chester and today I'm going to be walking you through the crypto markets. First things first, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin here on the short-term time frame. Then we're going to be hitting up the mid-term time frame. Then we're going to be hitting up the long-term time frame. I'm not going to keep you guys too long here. Haven't been really doing that many live streams recently, but we will be back next week. Very strong videos every day, live streams every weekday, so that's something to look forward to as well. I'm excited. But first things first, with in terms of Bitcoin, guys, let's just get straight into this BTC update. As you can see, we do have this rising parallel channel coming through. You can see the level of support that we have been coming through here. And I would say at this point in time, guys, Bitcoin is looking fairly bullish, right? It's looking fairly bullish with everything that's going on in the world. And we're getting a lot more investments into Bitcoin. Hence, we are seeing a very, very nice uptrend coming through here. Very, very nice higher lows being formed here on the shorter term time frame, which is obviously very, very progressive here for this chart pattern. One thing I would say about this chart pattern, it is a rising parallel channel, guys. Rising parallel channels, they tend to usually break to the downside. So this is something that we need to be aware of here and basically need to be reactive to and basically ready to basically take a lovely cheeky short position for when we do have a potential continuation of the downside here, which we've just seen on this in a sense micro scale, right? You can see as we were just discussing the as you can see, we were just discussing the lower side of this parallel channel, right? We are actually on the cusp of breaking this to the downside. As I was saying, they do tend to break to the downside, so there is going to be a short position, which we can actually be looking out for here, right? In terms of a measure move for this position, we're going to be looking at something along the lines of this. We're going to go on the most recent downtrend from the top side of the chart pattern to the bottom side of the chart pattern, and we're basically moving that down like so, right? This is the short that I'm looking to take. Am I going to blindly be going for the completion of this measure move? Probably not, no. I'm going to be staggering my take profits. I'm going to be taking my profit as I go. Once I hit my first take profit, I'm going to be moving my stop loss to my entry. In terms of an entry point for this, I'm going to be looking for another break scenario, right? Because you can see we have actually broken the trap zone of this rising parallel channel, and also we do have this downtrend coming through here. You can see the range in terms of this falling parallel channel that we are pretty much on the level of support as well. So I'm not going to be jumping into this freely until we've cleared a lovely level of support coming through here in terms of losing a level of support around 40,200. That's sort of the entry point that I'm going to be looking for. And depending on how long it takes for this to really get there, guys, because you can see we could really kind of trail down here for a while before we see a break. The horizontal that I'm looking for here, as you can see on the chart, it is going to be, in terms of level of support here, it's going to be 39,700. If we do trail down inside of this chart pattern and we don't see a nice break to the downside here, then I'm not going to be blindly entering, right? I'm going to be waiting until we lose this level, this horizontal level of support, because as you can see, the level of resistance that we do find along this zone is very, very critical indeed. We can't be ignoring that, guys. We can't be ignoring that at all. So that's sort of the entry sort of space that I'm looking for there. Ideally, entry point around 39,500. If we do lose that horizontal there, nice candle body close on the hourly is what I'm really looking for there. And then from there, first take profit, clearly going to be at the volume weighted ATR band. We know how much support this bad boy does give when it gives it. So we basically need to be using that to our advantage, sorry. And yeah, that's definitely something to be looking out for there in terms of a lovely take profit. So first take profit is going to be something around 38,870. So yeah, just to summarize, that's going to be sort of the entry point if we lose that horizontal. First take profit is going to be around here. We're going to be looking for around 4 take profits through this position, guys. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice. Please, please, please go do your own research before entering any of these positions that I do say on the video here, right? Because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not. I'm not here to give you trades. I'm here to literally educate you in my TA abilities, right? This is going to be what I'm going to be looking for my staggering my take profits through this trade. I'm going for. The measure move is 9%, but primarily, depending on where we're going to get in, it's going to be around 6.6%. If we get in after this horizontal, depending on how that price reacts, it's going to be around 5.24% in terms of a completion of that measure move there. And that's going to be bringing the price of Bitcoin down to around 37,491. So really, really quite nice indeed. That's sort of the short term that I'm looking for there for Bitcoin in terms of a nice break to the downside here. It's looking pretty progressive, looking really, really quite nice. We've just lost the 200 EMA as well, which is very, very nice to see. Let's get rid of these the chart patterns for a second. As you can see, we have just lost the 200 EMA there, and that's obviously this little purple bad boy coming through here. We've lost that in terms of level of support, guys. We're below all major moving averages. Moving averages here on the short-term time frame, they're gradually getting further apart, right? When they get further apart, it tells us the strength of the trend is growing, right? So we basically need to be aware for that, because obviously, if we are going to have continuation of this downtrend and we're looking for that short position, it's obviously going to be in our favor, right? So that's obviously definitely something to really, really be looking out for there. Moving on to the RSI, I would say we're oversold here, guys. There's definitely a chance for a buyback coming through there. I just want to go straight through. I'm not going to go into the MACD today on the short term. I'm going to go straight through to the longer term time frame because we've got some very, very crucial things to talk about here. And I don't want to keep you guys for too long here in terms of this BTC update. Going to get rid of the DMI for a second as well, because you can see here on the midterm time frame we are in this ranging period, guys. We're in this ranging period. You can see the support on the lower side is back down to around 34k, right? So if we do see cascading price action to the downside, 34,900 is the level of support to be looking out for there. Am I blindly going to be buying this zone? Probably not, right? Probably not, but I'm definitely going to be using it as potential level of support to be looking out for there for the future if we are going to be getting into a few micro positions from there, right? In terms of what we have seen here, you can see the resistance from the top side of this chart pattern very, very, very strong indeed. As you can see, near enough getting to the top side there, seeing that high get created in terms of that micro uptrend there. So yeah, looking pretty progressive over the last few weeks or so for Bitcoin. It's not been too bad, right? It's not been too bad. We have seen new Fibonacci lines being drawn here. We are looking for this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level because obviously, guys, when we hit that 0.5 level, we know what that means. That means there is pretty much confirmation for a reversal of the trend, right? And that basically means we are going to have some sort of downtrend coming through there, right? In terms of prediction for Bitcoin at this time, it's pretty much, I do think we're going to be going like bouncing between 30k and 50k for quite a while, considering all of the world markets and the situations going on everywhere at the moment. I don't see Bitcoin banging it all the way up to 100k anytime soon. So please, please, please don't get too excited. But it's just gonna be a very nice area for us to be basically trading this range, right? Other things to be looking out for there, because we went through the Fibonacci retracement, is you can see we've got moving averages getting called up very, very tight, guys. Very, very tight. We know what happens when we get called up moving averages. As you can see here, called up moving average, a massive break in the price, right? Definitely something to be looking out for there. Called up moving average, a big breakdown in the price. So we basically need to be looking out for that. The closer these bad boys get together, the more likely of a break to the downside or the upside. So that's a piece of information that we can be using. Another thing I do want to go through, guys, is we do have potential for a bullish divergence as well. Currently not essentially confirmed because we haven't actually seen where this trend is going to reverse here, but if this is going to reverse before we actually breach this low here, this higher low here, as you can see here, and also this higher low on the RSI as well, you can see we're actually lower on the RSI than we are here on the price in terms of referencing this point here and this point here, right? So this basically forms a bullish divergence. So depending on where we're going to see that buyback coming through, whether it's going to be at that 0.5 and it is going to be acting as a level of support for that Fibonacci retracement, that's definitely something I'm looking for there for a lovely bounce from that point. But just be aware there is chance for a bullish divergence to really give us a kick in the price, right? And we know how Bitcoin is reacting at the moment. We are seeing big spikes when it does like to spike up, right? So please be aware for that as well. In terms of the volume weighted ATR band, guys, that is pretty much on the 34,000 as well. Definitely an area to be looking out for there as well if we do actually bang it down. As you can see, beautiful level of support being formed there. Going to be jumping straight through to the longer term time frame now for Bitcoin. That's going to be the 12-hour at this point. As you can see, we have seen us come up pretty strongly to both the 200 EMA and the 200 SMA, basically challenging them with utmost confidence, if I may say, right? Banging the price really, really quite aggressively. From there, obviously, huge resistance coming through there. But, please be aware, guys. What are we seeing here? We've got the 50, I think it's the 50 or the 55. No, we've got the 50 on this chart. Yeah, we've got the 50 SMA coming up like so, right? And also the 200 SMA coming down for a cheeky little crossover, right? We know what that means, guys. That's potential for a golden cross scenario. We know what golden crosses mean. Massive upwards momentum here. So that's definitely something to be looking out for there. If we are going to see a nice big golden cross play out there, we could see Bitcoin banging it all the way back up to 50k there. Very, very nice. Now we do have the volume weighted ATR one coming down as well. So that's a very, very nice target point to be looking out for there as well. With reference to the golden cross coming through there, we've also got the VPVR coming through in terms of a level of support. If we can actually get above 43,850 again, this is going to be really, really nice, guys. Really, really nice. Definitely something to be looking out for there in terms of a position or something along the lines of that, right? It's going to be looking like a really, really nice trade to the upside in terms of a long position there. That's what I would say at this point in time. In terms of referencing our swing low at this point in time, we're all the way down here for this for the swing low, this Fibonacci retracement, right? The point to really look out for, as we like to reference here on this channel, is the 0.5 reversal point in terms of the trend, right? We didn't quite get there as of yet. That is going to be around 47,600 to be looking out for there. We have got higher lows being set there. We are challenging lower highs with the utmost confidence coming through there, so it isn't looking too bad, but we do have a very, very crucial point to get over, and that is going to be 44,700 sort of area there. So if we are going to be longing anything from this zone, we need to really be staggering our take profits as we go. That's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know the score, and I will be back to my normal schedule next week, streaming pretty much every single day, every morning of every day, every weekday, right? But yeah, thank you ever so much for tuning in. But for now, it's going to be peace out and goodbye from me, Crypto Chester.